Hey, hey, we are back. Yeah, we're getting into a super fun chunk right now. The next two episodes are gonna be a lot of fun. Can't wait. And we're supposed to be getting together to play again. Possibly, or well, most likely this Friday. Maybe next Friday. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, this one is a lot of fun tonight. But I got some fun, some cool TV stuff to talk about. They announced the Emmy nominations earlier this week. Monday, I guess, maybe Tuesday. I don't know. I've just been hearing a lot of talk about them in the last few days. I guess Game of Thrones got a lot of nominations, despite a very vocal, probably minority, bitching about the series finale. Nonetheless, yeah, they got something. What was it, like 39 nominations? It was an outrageous number. So that's what happened there. And yeah, I was hearing a lot of good news among those Emmy nominations. But I do not currently have the complete list, nor would I read that on here. So, if you're that interested, you know how Google works. Just type in 2019 Emmy nominations, and I'm sure you'll find a list pretty quick. Let's see here. What else? This looked interesting to me. God damn it. Shit. Sorry about that. Josh Charles is going to co-star in a Netflix space drama with Hilary Swank titled Away. A little bit that I read about it, that looks interesting. Hilary Swank is supposed to be a mission commander, and Josh Charles is, a NASA engineer. So she goes to work in space, and he stays on Earth, I presume, with their teenage daughter, and family stuff. Yeah, this one is probably going to be not so much with the science fiction, probably more on the family dynamics. I'll watch it because I've always been a huge fan of Josh Charles. Ever since Sports Night. So, I don't know that I'm looking forward to that, but when it's available, I will most likely watch it. Frank Spotsnitz has been announced to be the showrunner and executive producer for Warhammer 40k. I thought I wrote where that was supposed to be airing. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure if you're a fan of Warhammer, you have been paying attention to that. I want to say Amazon, but I don't know that's correct. What else? Nick Santoro is adapting Jack Reacher TV series for Amazon. Yeah, Jack Reacher is another one of those movies I've only seen bits and pieces of whenever I've been out donating plasma. I mean, they look like fun action movies. But that's about all I got for that. Oh, God damn it, I am sleepy. I am, of course, doing this at 1:30 in the goddamn morning. Because, I'm not so great with the self-motivation. Or actually just getting off my ass and getting shit done like I should. I'll come back to that in a minute. I've got other stuff to say about that. Ed Brubaker has inked a deal with Legendary TV. Oh, sorry. Oh, shit. What the fuck? Sorry about that. Oh, I don't know what the deal is. This cable may be bad. One more thing I'll have to buy now that I have a little bit of money on hand again. Super. Okay. So, from what I was reading, he's going to be adapting many of his own creator-owned works among comics, as well as working with other showrunners and such to adapt various other things. Legendary TV is working on Godzilla vs. King Kong, the anime styled cartoon for Pacific Rim, and a handful of other things. But some of Brubaker's own comics that were listed in the article I read are a lot more of the I don't want to say like true crime, but they are more like detective stories. Titles such as Criminal, Incognito, Fatale, The Fade Out, and Kill or Be Killed. So, yeah, titles I'm not familiar with, but I would like to read because I've always been a fan of kind of like the hard-boiled detective stories and that. And when I was a child, I used to love the old Dragnet series with Harry Morgan and what was that guy's name? Damn it. I can't remember his name now. Anyway. I like detective stories and secret agency and spy stuff like that, which is one reason why I've always loved the Archer series. And by the way, if you haven't been watching that, this current season has been pretty good. I wouldn't say perfect, but it's been fun. It's this one, I think I've talked about it before on mic, but it seems more episodic than like arced saga styled storytelling. Because Dreamland and Danger Island, they were each kind of like a cohesive story, arcing the entire season. But Archer 1999, it just feels more episodic. Not to say that's bad, but I don't know. I was kind of hoping it would be more of a singular, cohesive story like the last two seasons. But I've been trying to find out whether they're going to do another season after this one. Because for anyone who does not recall, what was it? Either just before or just after season 7 started running, they had made a big announcement. I think it was just before. They made a big announcement that the Archer series was picked up for an additional 3 seasons. So that does get us to now, which is season 10. I have not been able to find any information definitively stating whether this series is canceled after 1999 or if it may be picked up for season 11. I mean, ideally, the season finale would give us some sort of information. Like Archer either waking up from his coma or dying whilst in his coma, or waking up and deciding to retire and just enjoy his life with Lana and Abergene. So we'll see. From what I have read, though, there doesn't seem to be so much of a desire on the network side to end the series Archer after this season, but series creator Adam Reed seems to have made up his own mind about, I mean, if not the series, he personally being done. So I don't know. I was hoping to try and get a phone interview with Adam Reed at some point. But I don't know how to get in touch with anyone outside of throwing tweets at them. So I did that, and I have not yet received a response. So hopefully, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, Adam Reed, if you're listening, feel free to give me a call. That'd be cool. Because I've got a lot of questions, and yeah. He really seems like a fun guy to just hang out and chat with. I mean, he created Archer, Frisky Dingo. I think I read he created, or at the very least was an executive producer on C-Lab 2021, which was a fantastic show. That one, I think came on the heels of other shows like Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law, which is still one of my most favorite shows ever. Yeah, that'd be fun. Okay, what else? I kept falling asleep during the last season of Wilfred, but I'm starting that, where I left off. I'm picking up again. So I will probably finish that by the time I fall asleep tonight. That's a great show. I forgot how much I enjoyed that show until I started watching it again. And, goddamn, Jason Gann, that guy is fucking hilarious. I think his name is Jason Gann. The guy who plays Wilfred. I believe he played Wilfred in both the original Australian series and the US series. Yeah, I don't know if I talked about this, but a few weeks ago I watched a show called State of the Union that starred Chris O'Dowd and Rosamund Pike. That was an interesting series. Like they did really short episodes. It was only like 10 to 15 minute episodes, and I believe it was all done single cam. But it was very interesting, because I mean, the two characters are going through a trial separation and ultimately divorce, I think. And the whole, each episode pretty much took place in this cafe across the street from the therapist's office. So, each episode is basically the 10 to 15 minutes where the two of them are just kind of catching up from the previous week and having a drink before they go in for therapy. It was a well done show, and it was very dark comedy, so very much in my wheelhouse. I enjoyed it a lot. I mean, Chris O'Dowd is hilarious, and Rosamund Pike is gorgeous. So I had a lot of fun watching that. Okay, so the last thing I've got on here, yeah. It looks like AP Bio has been saved for season 3. well, a couple months ago, if I recall correctly, it was officially canceled by NBC. But then, earlier this week, it was announced that it will be revived for season 3. This is the interesting thing, though. It is the first, I guess you say, original scripted comedy in the 30-minute format, ordered for the NBC Universal's, as of yet, unnamed streaming platform. And then, it's supposed to launch next year, 2020. But, yeah. So I'm super excited for that. Although now, I find myself considering this whole movement of streaming platforms and how it could affect traditional and television providers. Because I used to do customer service for such a entertainment provider, and that was the one thing that everyone always would bitch about. Like, I don't even watch these channels. Why do I need them? It's like, well, you don't need them, but this is the package deal. This is how this works, and has been the case for 60 goddamn years. So how do you not understand it now? So, and I'm not opposed to it, because that's basically how I've been living the last 12 years since I've had cable television myself. So I'm curious now, because we are very quickly getting to the point now where every network is going to have their own streaming service, and this has become far more apparent since the Disney-Fox merger, because now Disney, I believe, owns in totality Hulu. By absorbing Fox, they also absorbed Fox's share portion of Hulu, and I think that gave them all of it at that point. So now Disney currently owns probably the second largest, maybe you could say, cross network streaming platform in Hulu. And then they're coming out with Disney Plus later this year. November. Yeah, I guess I could still say later this year. It's more than 4 or 5 months. I'm not great at measuring space and time. But excuse me. Okay. So with Disney owning Hulu and then starting their own streaming service, Disney Plus, and with the recent announcements of Warner Brothers establishing their own streaming service, and now each, I don't know if it's necessarily each network, but HBO, Stars, Showtime, I believe, and then HBO is coming out with a third iteration, or a third different app altogether, called HBO Max, which is going to include all of the Cinemax content also, I presume. But now FX has their own app that I use to watch the new episodes of Archer and some other shows on there. AMC has their own app. I was using that to catch up on Fear the Walking Dead recently, although I need to figure out something with the subscription there. But Oh, the thing is that right now, for all of these other apps to work, you need to have some sort of other, cable or satellite provider in order to log into these apps and to get the full access and all that. So the question is really just how long will it be until that's no longer the case? Because that's always been the real problem with cable television, is people would bitch about, having all these channels they didn't want. And now we're at the point where we can establish our own programming, basically, just by choosing which apps we download. And of course, people are going to bitch about that. It's like, oh, why can't I have all this together in one thing instead of having the 15 different apps? Now, fuck off. This is exactly what you wanted. So just pull your head out of your ass and deal with it. And for fuck's sake, it's not that difficult to log into an app, have it store your login data, and then just use that. Oh, I hate people so much. Anyway. So yeah. But are we now going to get to the point to where, subscribing to all of the streaming apps that we want, could that become more expensive than the $150 or so cable bill? That is, I believe, still the average. The last I looked into it, $150 was the average cable bill. And when I did the math, like 5 years ago now, there was a time when getting Netflix, Hulu, HBO Go, or HBO Now, I think that's the one you don't need the previous existing service to use. And what else did I count in there? Netflix, Hulu, HBO, probably CBS. Anyway, at the time, there were something like 5 or 6 different subscription-based apps that would come out to be about $55 a month. And, obviously that's a far, far greater deal than the $150 for the cable bill. And hell, even if you factor in the internet cost with that, you, under most circumstances, you would still be saving at least $50 or $60 a month. Well, I don't know if it would be that little savings, considering that you'd be accounting your internet separately from your cable. I believe, or did that average cost include internet access? I don't think I looked into that. At any rate, yeah, I'm digging it. It's cool having the different apps. I just think they need to more quickly get to the point to where you don't need this bullshit, cable provider login in order to use them. I think a nominal subscription fee is more than acceptable, in addition to all of the commercial advertising that you get. So I would never say that with the FX app because they run commercials with all of their things. I would never say you should spend more than $10 on that. Yeah, I think with most of these network apps, if they run commercials, you shouldn't have to spend more than like $5.99 to get them. Yeah. That's absolutely where I stand on this. Alright. So, with that, I don't know. I got a little bit of stuff done around the apartment today on my day off, but nowhere near as much as I should have. I was supposed to run down to Provo to pick up some pieces from my comic book hold there at Dragon's Keep, which they were far more than kind enough to have held for me, because, with my insurance bullshit, among other things, my money got real tight for a little while, and I haven't been down there in a very long time. Yeah, I'm kind of pissed because I was going to go down there and pick up some of that stuff today, but then I realized that I've had the oil light on in my car for like a week, and, yeah, I figure it's probably not a good idea to be driving 100 miles today without tending to that. So I finally changed my oil, which took far longer than it should have. Then I cleaned out my car, because I've been needing to do that for months. I came in and got all the grease and shit off my hands so I could make something to eat. I used some more of the ground beef and cheese I got from tacos. So we had tacos for poker night the other night. So I'm trying to eat as much of that shit as I can before it all goes bad. Like the goddamn vegetables I got. Yeah, like 2 days. The shredded lettuce and onions. I don't know what the fuck happened there. But out of nowhere there was some weird puddle of something on the bottom of my refrigerator. And the Ziploc bag I put the onions in, it had like filled with some sort of gas from the onions, because that bag was all inflated and super tight when I took it out. And they didn't smell bad, but at the same time, I don't know what the hell's going on there. Alright. Anyway. Yeah. Well, we've been having fun. We're going to have some more fun. And you know how to get in touch with us. There's the website, comicshedradio.com. On the contact page there, you may email us. Or email me directly at timflood@comicshedradio.com. That's cool. I like getting emails. We've got the Comic Shed Radio hotline, 801-900-3154. And then Twitter and Facebook. And I'm going to start working out the Patreon stuff, because I've got a shit ton of content that I'm going to use for that, and I just haven't worked it out yet exactly how to do that. I'm sorry. Alright. Anyway, bring it back to the game. Have fun.
Shut up, Ben.
Oh. I don't know. I like video games better.
I like
Because
games.
I like strategy games, but I don't know.
I like first-person shooters because it puts me in the flow state, so I can like ignore things and just enjoy the game.
Yeah. I like strategy, empire management are really good. I could play first person. I don't have anything against first person shooters.
I actually broke down and got one of those like sniper battle games. You know, it's a mobile device game.
Oh.
It's not terrible. I mean, it's very much a mobile game, but
Mobile casual.
yeah. I don't give a shit about your terms. But
You have to understand them first.
I bought Jess a Switch for her graduation.
Oh yeah.
As a graduation present. She we were playing the new Zelda, which has been pretty Breath of the Wild. It's actually pretty good. I didn't think I'd like it, but I'm liking it so far.
There's like a lot of area to explore, from what I understand, and a lot of like things that
will fuck you up if you're not ready for it. Or if you're like me and you're like, no, fuck you, I'm gonna beat you, and it takes you 30 tries and use all your equipment. Yeah.
But it's also like you get ridiculous things that you can like mess around with, like combine different weapons and different like abilities to do things.
And the just the cooking I've heard is pretty.
I like it.
Like it's pretty in depth, which is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard one of the biggest complaints is how long stuff lasts.
Yeah, I can see it. It doesn't bother me so much, but I would rather things last longer.
Yeah.
But it doesn't bother me too bad.
Like, what do you mean, like the battles? Or?
The weapons all have like
durability that just
15 to 20 hits and they break and they're gone.
Like gone forever.
Yeah, they're gone.
There's no repairing it or anything.
No.
You gotta. Well, you can,
the only thing that doesn't is the Master Sword, but it'll have a cooldown time, that's probably kind of dumb, but it doesn't bother me. So
yeah. So
because you end up caring enough that it's like whatever.
That's what I heard. This is just one of the biggest complaints is the durability.
Yeah. Well, and the reason I dislike it isn't so much because of things break. It's more along the lines of is like if you're a player like me that wants to just play the order of the game however the fuck you want. So like, oh, this area looks cool. I'm gonna go over there. Oh, it's too hard. No, fuck you. I'm gonna do it. Even if I have to grind enemies out, it doesn't reward that because you end up breaking all your swords, but the enemy's only at half health, and it's like, oh, you're kind of fucked now.
Well,
is there a dice inside that one?
There's a super speed run that's the guy basically went from what you have on when you wake up to go after again.
Oh God. No thanks.
All right.
Are we recording?
Yep.
Are you sure? Because that's not moving. Oh yeah, it is. Never mind.
Yeah, those. It has a timer in the upper corner there because it's zoomed out so far. You can't see so much how it's moving, but yeah, that bright red bar on that channel there, that's actually what is being recorded at the moment.
Why are there so many?
Because it allows update channels. There is a way to record update channels. I just don't have the hardware to do that, I'm pretty sure. But at the very least, I use that for editing. So,
what kind of hardware are you missing?
I believe that there is some sort of a MIDI that can connect to that, I believe, through Bluetooth.
Oh.
And that's the device that you would plug the microphones into, or possibly this mixing board. I mean, if this mixing board were a little bit newer, it might have the software or hardware capability to connect to the iPad through the USB port that's on the mixing board. And theoretically, that should allow multi-channel recording. But
Anyway.
yeah.
So are we going to do another episode, or are we going to call it for the night?
I'm good to keep playing.
I think I'm all right.
It's almost 11.
It's up to you, Ben.
I just grabbed more cookies.
Okay.
That's a
Ben's
yes for
okay.
Ben. All right. So,
Ben's been turned down for a three-way. What's he going to do next?
in fairness, Hank has been turned down for a three-way.
Oh, yeah, sorry, Hank.
Ben wouldn't have the balls to ask for one.
Oh, no.
Well, he didn't even ask. I don't even think Hank asked for one.
I know. But
Chad just assumed.
But Hank was far more obvious.
Well, y'all were
about it.
talking about fucking handcuffs and shit. You know what? It's a guy supposed to think.
Chad, you also recognize the cop that was, trying to detain the two of you last night while you were carrying a crate full of illegal firearms.
Diffusing the situation with humor.
Well, shut up, Chad. He can't arrest us if we don't recognize him. That's a thing, right?
I mean, it's the world of darkness. If he wants to, he can probably just arrest you for whatever.
Shut up, Justin. It's not helpful to my cause.
God has spoken.
Did you just hear that voice?
I hear lots of voices. What about it?
You guys are a bunch of fucking idiots. God has spoken.
That happens a lot in this world. It's really weird.
Could you imagine just randomly like all of you are fucking idiots? That is all.
Well, I hear that a lot, but it's usually my mother's voice.
Anyway.
All right. Yeah, 1 minute and 40 seconds into this episode.
Yeah, but that was less of a frustrated sigh, more of I'm sick of that same old shit from you sigh. So anyway.
Oh crap! Train of thought.
Since when do you have one of those?
It's been derailed for a while.
But still, it's there.
Yeah, just like Amtrak. You know it still exists, but no one ever sees it.
No, I was thinking of Thomas the Tank Engine. It's the train that wouldn't get out from under the bridge, so they walled it in.
Wouldn't that be like when you have a child and you just kind of like build a wall and like
build the wall.
Oh god!
I'm not laughing at me. I'm laughing at Justin over there.
Here's the thing about that. I'm the only one wearing headphones, so that shit was right fucking here.
You people wonder why I drink and sigh all the time with these people.
Now they know. They know.
Oh, you should have been there for Jebediah.
Oh, fuck.
You'd have loved him.
Oh.
He's quite the character.
Oh. Come on, Hank. Get us going here, because I don't know if I can handle this shit anymore.
No, seriously though, I need those cuffs back. You can at least help me out with that.
Oh, I don't know what handcuffs you're referring to. I don't have any handcuffs.
I mean, I don't want to have to grab more. You were
Jim
evading.
is very slowly like reaching for the handle of the door and trying to open it, and then realizing that he still had not unlocked the car.
I do have to report to supervisor, just like anyone. It really helped me out if I could get those cuffs back. That way I won't have to worry more about your running from me.
I'm not running.
Now.
Also, I don't have handcuffs.
But a nice bruise on your wrist right there.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, come on, Jim. Come on, Jim. Help me out here.
I kind of want to run away right now.
Chad takes off sprinting.
Oh, you fucker.
Your buddy doesn't just like sticking around with you, does he?
No honor among thieves.
Fuck you, Chad. But Kaleb, well done. God damn it. So that's the thing, though. I can't title the next 5 episodes "Chad Takes Off Sprinting."
Well, you just add the part 2.
No.
Chad takes off running again. Another time, Chad took off running.
I mean, listen, in light of all the disappearances that I'm trying to figure out like
doesn't even notice the big guy just run up. It just keeps going.
Did you do that in character?
What?
to take off running.
sprinting.
Oh yeah.
I watch him run off and just look back at
James doesn't even turn around. He knows what happened.
So,
What's that over there?
yeah.
James takes off sprinting. No, James does not take off sprinting. But Tim does steal an animal cracker.
They're awesome.
You got to roll for that.
A succeed is my point there. I only rolled a 6, but I did get the animal cracker.
You jerk.
I bought them. All right.
So I understand you probably don't have the handcuffs on you right now, but
I'm not admitting anything, but if you wanted a pair of handcuffs, I could probably get you a pair of handcuffs.
Chad realizes
That'd
that
be-
Tim's with the car and turns around and walks back. James, not Tim. James is with the car.
walks back abashedly.
Was there another time when Chad had done that?
I don't know.
It sounds kind of familiar. But
The night before when he had a crate of fully automatic firearms.
no, he kept going.
I got the car at that point.
Oh.
That would be helpful if I could get those handcuffs back. My supervisor's going to be riding my ass for that.
Yeah, we can work on that later.
He wants his handcuffs, so
you
his supervisor will ride his ass or won't ride his ass
He's really focused on that riding of the ass.
with the handcuffs.
I can understand how you.
Just saying, you're all sexual here. You guys just need a room. That's why I took off running.
You keep on coming back at the worst times. Just
Giving you guys space, okay?
Shut up, Chad. So wait, you said something about missing disappearances? That's what it was. You said disappearances.
yes, there's been a whole lot of them lately. We're kind of at a loss as to why.
Is it related to your disappearing handcuffs?
Shut up, Chad.
Ignores that.
Because I noticed a disappearance.
Wait, isn't that kind of...
Shut up, Chad.
what's the word I'm looking for here? An oxymoron? Yeah. You noticed it in disappearance?
It would be a contradiction in terms.
Sure.
You, Chad, are the oxymoron.
No, just the moron.
Military intelligence. Microsoft works.
So I forget, what's the kind of time frame we're working here? Like, how long in game have we been? Would have been since? Because I want to say like maybe a month, but
What? Since what?
since we started. So since
Been a couple weeks.
since Chad and I first walked into that nightclub and
Month and a half, maybe?
okay. So I noticed a disappearance about 5 or 6 weeks ago. And we were trying to figure out what that is. How about if we help you with your disappearances, we maybe figure out the disappearance that I've been working on
Help at this point.
as an amateur detective.
And we can overlook whatever other things might be. Yeah, we're kind of at a loss right now.
Has there been anything noteworthy or about your cases? Has anything stood out as perhaps or supernatural? And yes, James does look to the camera as he says that.
There's no goddamn camera.
There's a theremin playing. That was my theremin impression.
It's close.
And drink. Does Hank know any particular details that like would stick out?
Most of the kidnappings, or most of the people disappearing, are younger, in their 20s. They're from the poorer neighborhood, which is why it hasn't really been
A priority for law enforcement.
Yeah.
One of the few.
Come on, Hank. What's wrong with you? Racist.
It's more classist.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, that is effectively the same in this country anymore. Yeah. Think about that for a second.
I don't care. We're playing a game.
Okay, so I relate that same information. How a lot of the missing people are tending to be younger, and
There's no gender or race that you can be narrowed down.
but they try and take them from the poor neighborhoods.
They practice affirmative kidnapping.
Affirmative kidnapping. Yeah.
Yep.
Where in areas where they, I guess, whoever is taking these people are hoping they won't be noticed quite as readily.
Do you have any cases around the nightclub? Shit. What was it? What do we call it? Was it abstract or?
Sure, we'll go with that.
You want to say abstract? I can't remember if that's what we named it though.
And this is what someone will find the email about. You got the name wrong.
You listen. You really listen.
Tim cries.
It's just tears of joy. Somebody listened enough to be mad at me.
I'm sure there's some
Some kind of report like, yeah, I
I'm
heard,
sure there's some nerd out there that's like, you're DMing all wrong. There's this rule. You should have used this. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
would I have heard of would I have heard of that at all? The nightclub or anything like
No.
that? I mean, I guess. Did you say like how long ago it was?
Yeah, like 5 or 6 weeks.
Yeah, I mean,
There were some people being
disappearances.
reported at that time, but
nothing like detailing that club specifically.
nothing around that club necessarily.
Okay. But I mean, like anything in that area? Or like that neighborhood, perhaps?
No.
Okay. Well.
Is that club like within my like the beat?
No, it's probably outside your beat.
All right. Well.
So I guess I'd probably know that at least.
Yeah.
Be able to recognize it. Well, that means this problem's a little bit bigger than just my particular district. Precinct. I wonder how big this actually is.
Well, we've got some things that for you to look at my apartment. So I will. I'll give him the address. Chad and I are gonna. I'll probably grab some cheeseburgers on the way because James could use a snack. And Chad, obviously.
Chad's singing a cheeseburger song. Gonna
Excited
get
because she's been
cheeseburgers,
running an awful lot.
Cheeseburgers. Gonna get cheeseburgers. Cheeseburgers.
Cheeseburgers are awesome.
So yeah,
Yeah.
we'll head back to my.
Bacon
Cheeseburger in paradise.
with bacon.
Oh wait, we can't use that.
Is that a thing?
It's a song.
Oh.
Jimmy Buffett.
Ugh. I hate Jimmy Buffett.
Like I know the name, but I have like nothing comes to memory.
Margaritaville. Is that Jimmy Buffett?
I think so.
Oh.
Like that was the first thing that came to my mind.
I recognize margarita.
But you would.
I saw someone wearing a shirt saying Malibu, and I was like, man, there's total drunk. And then I realized Malibu is a place, and that I am the drunk.
So yeah, we're gonna head back to the apartment after we get some food, and I'm going to show Hank the old woman's journal and see if anything in there like stands out to him in relation to his other cases. So, Hank, take a look at this book. I'll see if I can find those handcuffs that I am not admitting were once yours, but
Ooh, kinky.
Wits and investigation to read the book, to find stuff in the book.
Just one success.
This book has some weird shit in it. Kind of what you get.
That's your only real takeaway.
Like, it's...
God damn it. I guess that's kind of why I'd need the liaison.
Yeah, this is like... This is something you would definitely take to Aspen.
Maybe I mentioned that. Like, I know of a lady who would be excellent with this kind of stuff. She is brilliant about this, I don't know, like occult monster stuff. Like, she knows all that.
We already did take the book to Aspen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
But Hank didn't mention her by name.
Yeah, I know.
So,
But I did just say what I just...
yeah.
We had an expert look at it already.
You guys wouldn't happen to know an Aspen by any chance?
Aspen.
Hell, what did she name her?
I don't think
Something
anyone's-
hippie.
I don't think any of you have given your characters' last names.
I'm Chad Thaddeus, bitch.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
James Morningstar.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty much just Noah, Larry, and Aspen.
Hey, that's half of you.
Yeah.
I mean, the half that isn't here, but whatever.
Fair enough.
So,
I can't remember everything.
something would be nice.
I'm God. I don't have to remember anything. You're supposed to remember everything.
You're the one with eidetic memory.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Well, James is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tim's an
memory
idiot.
is not ideal. Anyway. So.
The finger.
Yeah, that's what I do. So. As luck would have it, that is actually...
What?
Never mind.
What?
Do I want that back?
What?
Probably not.
The bag?
It's right here.
Okay.
Do you know where that sack has
I
been?
didn't put it on my butt.
no one said but.
Very much.
So, yeah, actually, she did take a look at the book, and she wasn't able to find anything more useful to our cause currently.
Damn it.
Damn it.
Janet, I love
I love you.
That's from the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yes.
I need
I
to
know
watch that.
I know that because the song came up on Spotify.
You have weird Spotify playlists.
Dude, yeah, poker night the other day? Oh my god.
What?
The one time I came to your poker night, you were playing the weirdest...
Oh, no, I was most likely playing Scott Bradley's Postmodern Jukebox. So they take all the like modern bullshit dreck that the children think is so edgy and great, and
Edgelord.
they actually get people who can play instruments and sing to perform these songs, and they do it in various styles of jazz. Yeah, they were in town a couple weeks ago, but I did not have enough money for the tickets.
Anyway,
It's good stuff.
now what are you doing?
I'm trying to figure out some way to for Hank to make the connection to the cat statue he saw, so he could try and look it up in the book, or see if he recognizes anything in the book relative to that. But I got nothing.
Did you ask about that dog thing we saw?
I forget. Was Aspen there for us to talk to
I don't
her?
think we asked her about that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
We were being kind of selective with the information we gave her, I think.
yeah.
I think the dog thing was mentioned.
No, because we were both there, right? With that. Okay.
Yeah. So you saw it.
Yeah. I can't remember. Did I try looking in the old woman's book for anything about that? Afterwards?
Yeah, I think eventually you guys found something about skin changers.
Skinwalkers.
Yeah.
That's right. This is pissing me off. I think I may have lost some audio from the last session.
Probably.
Damn it.
Sounds like you.
Fuck you. Alright. Well.
Fuck me yourself, you coward.
What's the matter?
Nice.
Think you can't handle all of me? Just going with it. It's fucking weird, okay? I was in the zone. I was in character. I don't know what character. I don't think I want to go down that path anymore, but
That's fair. Alright.
it's like hedonism bot. That's a great fucking character right there.
Oh, yeah. It's not one of my favorite characters, but...
Oh, he makes me laugh every time.
I never don't enjoy him.
Save it for the boudoir.
Douse me in oil.
I haven't watched Futurama in a while. I think I need to watch that again. Anyway. So...
Should we get off on so many tangents?
Tangent ahoy.
I mean, it's not great radio, but it's at least...
At least we all have the face for radio.
Indeed. So... Alright.
The bells.
So, James is going to give Hank the handcuffs that did not previously belong to Hank, but do now. And, yeah, James is just going to start flipping through the book again, because it's been a while since he's looked through it. And, yeah, he's going to take a minute and see if there's anything new that kind of jumps out to him.
Well,
With
wits
his-
an investigation.
Oh, sweet. I do have 2 dots in investigation.
Does Thaddeus want to do anything?
He's eating cheeseburgers, okay?
Okay, what if he's done with cheeseburgers?
He's not. He's got 3 more.
2 successes is what James
And I'm
just
not
rolled.
saying that because I wasn't paying attention again.
On the topic of weird animals, have you guys seen anything with like cats?
More of a
all.
dog person.
Like weird, like random, like white cats or something, like just being there and then not.
Normally I could use a snack, but I've already had cheeseburgers.
Oh God, no! Don't eat the cat.
Picture of this really shocked looking kitten. With the caption, lesbians eat what?
Oh God.
And now to kick, and now for each of you to kick your hearts right in the nuts. You guys hear the grumpy cat died?
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah.
You mean tartar sauce?
Is that the actual name? I
Yeah, it's the
forget.
cat's actual name.
That's a great fucking name for that cat.
I could see it.
I guess that cat's pretty old now, huh?
Yeah, it was.
Well, it's dead now, so
Well,
there's
it's
that.
still fucking old, okay?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was fairly old for a cat. I think
Yeah.
they said it was like 7 or 8.
I was thinking 9,
Well,
but
cats
I
can
forget
live
now.
like They can live longer than that.
Yeah, but
They
it
can live
was
for a long
like for the breed, it was
time. Okay.
it was pretty old.
I thought it may have been like somewhere between like 9 to 12 years, but again, I wasn't a fan of Grumpy Cat. Like I heard people talking about it, and I of course didn't know what they meant. And
I mean, it's
moved
somebody's cat, so I'm
Yeah.
like sad for him, you know.
It's somebody's beloved pet, and there were some memes that I saw that were funny using
And a lot
Grumpy
of
Cat.
low effort memes,
Yeah.
but that's not the cat's fault,
the
Tim.
the Twitter posts
Okay.
that I read, they're all handling it pretty well, so they're all right.
Well, I mean, they
What are they gonna do? Ball out on Twitter?
I don't know. They probably made decent money
Oh
off of.
fucking A!
As I say, assholes balled out on Twitter about Solo. So
What's
yeah,
that?
the Star Wars movie
Oh,
Solo.
I
a
didn't
Star Wars
finish
story.
it.
It's good.
It's on Netflix. I've been meaning to watch it, but then I usually just end up watching The Next Generation.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I just.
Because I mean, it's very much like space western-y, so I figured you would have enjoyed that. But
Well, my thought
Not
was
enough.
like, how are they going to
Firefly space westerny. That's
Yeah.
good space.
How are they
western.
going to do a story arc for Han Solo in a Solo movie? Because he can't go from like being an asshole to a nice guy, and then suddenly becoming an asshole again, so he can become a nice guy during 4, 5, and 6. Like he has to go from being an asshole to an asshole, so he can be an asshole to become a better person during 4, 5, and 6.
he could still do it because that's one of those things. Is what you're seeing of him is from the perspective of an audience member watching a movie.
Yeah, I know.
Within that universe, not everyone's going to know what we know about him.
Yeah, but
And, you know, with outlaws like that, their whole thing is reputation. So whatever
you-
people talk about it,
well,
say
you-
about him.
Could
I don't
write
know.
it too that he goes from asshole to being nice to something bad happening and then right back to being an asshole again. Prime.
yeah,
for
but that's
the-
not a great story arc. And at the same, like,
I was going to say that is basically
Or,
my life story. So
You know, if they'd have
it's
wrote him
not-
like he wasn't an asshole, but then ended up being one, that would have also worked.
at the same time, it is like when you have to bring in an acting coach for your lead.
Oh, I would have preferred what they had written for him in, I guess, whatever they call the universe now that they wrote.
Oh, the
before
Legends?
whatever they had before they wrote out everything for the new movies.
well, they can still
where he
use
was-
that material.
Where he
If they
they
choose to.
flew for the Empire, didn't he? That was his whole thing.
Yeah,
Or he went to the Academy or something.
yeah. He watched.
I'd have preferred to watch that.
That's what they did in this movie. Like they just didn't show his like actual training in that.
Did they?
Yeah,
Oh, see, I don't
like
even
that's
remember.
how he got off of Coruscant. He enlisted, joined the Imperial Academy.
God, I
and
don't even
then-
fucking remember.
Yeah, sounds like you don't watch the movie at all.
I did. I got like 3/4 of the way through it. Fell asleep.
No, yeah, like that's why he was,
Fighting in
wearing
there.
Imperial uniforms and fighting for the whole first half of that movie.
Oh, that's right. Now I remember.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah. Okay. Now I remember.
to the game at hand.
Yeah, as I say, I already reviewed Solo
Ooh, a
like
hand game.
months back when it was first hit theaters, so I still enjoy it.
I can't even watch it. We're done here.